What is going on, everybody? This is Carnage, and today we are going to be going over episode 3 of our Zero to Hero guide for Marvel Strike Force. In this episode, we're going to be covering raids, and we're going to be talking about challenges and events, and what teams you're going to need for those challenges, those events, those raids, and everything like that. We're first going to talk about some of the best beginner raid teams, so some raid teams that are good for beginners, not just great at reading, but also, very accessible, very good at the game, and just like can translate to other areas of the game well, how well they translate into endgame, things like that. It's not just about if they're a great raid team. So with that being said, there are going to be a couple of raid teams that are placed a little bit lower than they should be. If you're just looking at a pure raid team tier list, it's going to be a couple of raid teams that are placed a little bit higher than they should be if you're looking at pure raid team tier list, because it's not just looking about how good they are in raids. It's about looking at how good they are at a little bit of everything. So not just great at raiding, but how it's going to help you everywhere. Because as you know, as a beginner, you don't have the resources to work on a bunch of teams. I'm still only working on 2. I'm building up a couple at a time. I'm working on trying to get my Infinity Watch and my Heroes for Hire up a little bit, but I also got my Sinister Six and my Asgardians as my primary focus. And as you can tell, I kind of stopped working on Hela and Loki because they don't benefit me much anymore. Actually, nope, I'm actually going to need them for the Villains campaign, so I'll probably start working on them a little bit more here in the near future. With that being said, I kept my roster up so I can actually show you the teams. Let's get started, and the first raid team I want to talk about is the Asgardians. Raiding isn't what they're meant to do, but they're so powerful that they're good at raiding, especially if you're using the hero Asgardians of Valkyrie and Thor. A lot of people are predicting that you're going to need them for the next Scourge event, so which will be Scourge of War. You're probably going to need this team for that event. So that's 2 bonuses right there. They're good at reading, especially beginner raids. They can handle the alpha raid, the cosmic lane for alpha raid. I think they actually have a node in gamma. I think there's a node in gamma that might require Asgardians. I might be wrong. Things might change just recently, but not a bad raid team. Pretty good. They can definitely cover the mystic skill node for beta, so they can raid. They're not the best raid team. That's not what they're known for, but they're super accessible. They're a solid arena team. They're an amazing war defense team. They're good in Cosmic Crucible. They do everything very well, and being so accessible as they are, building up this team really won't hurt you, and just using it for your raid team until you have another team to work on for your raid team, that's fine. You're going to get far in the game working on your Asgardians. You also need them for the Nexus campaign. There's Nexus 7. Nope, excuse me. Nexus 8.4 through Nexus 8.6 requires Asgardians, if I'm not mistaken. No, it's not 8.4 through 8.6. It's 8.7 through... It is 8.4 through 8.6. It's 8.4 through 8.6 require Asgardians. 8.7 through 8.9 require X-Men. So, you're going to need these Asgardians regardless. So, great team. But, again, they're going to fall off in the raids a little bit later. That's not what they're meant to do. But, as a beginner team, this is just one of the best beginner teams in the game for just about everything. I always recommend the Asgardians as one of the first teams you should build up to anyone who asks me, hey, who should I be working on as a beginner? It's always going to be the Asgardians is one of those teams that you should be working on. Moving on, Team 2, we're going to be talking about the Astonishing X-Men, aka the X-Men. So, remember when I said that some amazing raid teams are going to be placed a little bit lower than they should be? This is a good example of that. So the Astonishing X-Men are one of the best raid teams in the game. They're the best mutant team for those high-end gamma nodes high-end beta nodes for mutant. They're one of the best mutant teams for those doom nodes for mutant. They're an amazing raid team. They can chew through Ultimus and everything that you throw at them like butter. But the thing is that, not all of them are... I think he's cosmic, he is cosmic, and is Kitty cosmic? Kitty's global. How about Jubilee? Is Jubilee global? Okay, so Bishop's cosmic, so he kind of breaks up the team, and he's like the big damage dealer of the team. So, without Bishop, you can't really do the global nodes. You can just replace it with like Gambit or someone else, but keep that in mind that this team is really only good in Ultimus, Doom, and Beta. I don't think you use them in Gamma. I haven't played for a while, but I don't think they're in Gamma. They might be. Don't quote me on that, but I don't think they are. So they don't translate to multiple parts of the game. You can use them for the X-Men node in Nexus 7-9, as well as the Heroes Mutant node that is going to be in Doom 1-1. But they're not accessible. They are very, very, very hard to get, especially as a beginner. Iceman is farmable, but he's not farmable until Villain 7-9, so you need to be level 70 just to get Iceman. Bishop's in the War Store, so that's not super bad, but, you know, that's kind of RNG and stuff. You kind of wait for him to come around and everything. He doesn't come around very often. He's also in Beta Orbs, but again, that's RNG and, you know, there's not always Beta Raids going on. Kitty Pryde's in the Raid Store. She's pretty accessible. Beast is pretty accessible. He has a farmable node. Jubilee is a legendary that requires Pimtech, and Pimtech is also not a super accessible team in the early game. So Jubilee is going to be very hard to get, especially for a beginner. Iceman you're just not going to be able to get as a beginner because, you know, he's not farmable until level 70. Bishop's in the War Store, so not only do you need to be in an alliance that's in war, but, you know, you need to... You know, he needs to rotate around, so you need to find him. And again, Kitty Pryde's in those raid orbs that I still haven't found her. I found more Bishops and Iceman in those raid orbs than I found of Kitty Pryde, which is kind of ridiculous, but whatever, things happen. So, not a super accessible team. Very good team, very powerful team, but not super accessible for raids. That's why I kind of have them so low on this list. It is a shame, but... You know, it is what it is, but if you do well out for them, they will treat you very well, and you will be able to go very far with this team when it comes to raiding. Number 3 is another team that has an accessibility issue, but is also one of the best raid teams in the game, and that is going to be the Web Warriors. So, you've got the Web Warriors, Spider-Man, and this is a little bit more accessible than the Axemen, in my opinion. That's why they're a little bit higher. It's kind of up in the air if they're as good as the Axemen, but, you know, it doesn't matter because they are so accessible. I think they're better than the Axemen too at actually rating, so, especially since they're newer and everything. Spider-Man Miles is accessible. He has a farmable node, and he's in the Blitz Store / Blitz Orbs. Spider-Man's in the Blitz Store, very easy to get. Spider-Punk is in the Arena Orbs. He's not super easy to get, but he's also in the Strike Pass, so if you have the Strike Pass, you know, I think you can get him for free if you complete the whole thing, but if you don't get him for free, you're short a couple shards. You know, he's in the Arena Orbs. He's not super hard to get. You know, you do need those Arena Orbs RNG a little bit, but not super hard to get. The real hard ones are going to be the Scarlet Spider and the Ghost Spider. So Ghost Spider is only in Mega Orbs and Premium Orbs, and as a Scarlet Spider, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, they're also in Elite Supplies. So, but that also being said, Ghost Spider also has a raid event going on, so she's in the raid season milestones. So if you're in an alliance that's doing very well in raids, you probably shouldn't have an issue getting her. If you have your Strike Pass, you shouldn't have an issue him. That means the only one that you're going to have an issue with is this one, who's going to be your Premium and Mega Orbs. I got him from a Premium Orb, but, you know, so... Again, if you whale out, you get this team fantastic. You can work on them. They are the best raid team in the game, arguably, if not one of the best, so... Definitely a team to work on if you get them. You can also use them for your city nodes. You can use them for your Spider-Verse team to get your Shuri. All kinds of lovely things you can do with this team. Okay, that being said, we're going to move on to another team that I've talked about very, very, very often on the show, and that's going to be the Heroes for Hire. This team is amazing. They are the best war defense in the game. Well, one of the best war defenses in the game. They've fallen off a little bit now. There's a couple of counters for them. You know, the Darkhold Dormammu has come out. That's kind of taken over the war defense meta. Still on a fantastic team. You can use them for your city campaign nodes. You can use them for your city nodes on your alpha. I think there's actually a Hero for Hire node in Doom, and there's also Hero for Hires nodes in Gamma, if I'm not mistaken. So you can use them for Gamma. You can use them for Beta. You can use, or alpha, pardon me. You can use them for alpha. You can use them for gamma. You can use them for campaigns. You can use them for challenges. You can use them for war defense. You can use this team everywhere, and they are amazing everywhere. Um, but um, fan- they're fantastic. They're not meant for raiding, but they are very good at raiding. So they're very good at just about everything. This is why I recommend this team so much. I've talked about this team very much, and they're super accessible. Iron Fist is farmable. Luke Cage these three are in the Blitz store, so just buy Blitz orbs for these three if you want. You can farm these three at the same time buying Blitz orbs. You might get other things that you need, like your Web Warriors and things like that. You might get some Sinister Six. You might get some trash, but you will get these. You'll get some Kree minions. There's some Kree minions in those Blitz orbs too. You'll need those Kree minions for Nick Fury, who you're gonna need for Omega Red. So super farmable, and Colleen Wings in the arena store. So very easy team to get, very powerful team, one of the best teams in the game just all around. Definitely work on this team whenever you get a chance. This team probably should have been number 1, but in terms of rating, they're not quite there as the next team. And the next team is going to be, where is it? There they are, the Wakandans. One of the best raid teams in the game, and they're super accessible. What more could you want for a beginner raid team? You're going to need them for the Doom campaign. They have their own node in the Gamma raid, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. I haven't looked at the Gamma raid for a while. Again, I just got back from a hiatus. But this team is super great. Okio's farmable, Black Panther is farmable. They both have their own nodes. Shuri is very easy to get. M'Baku's in their raids, in their arena store, and pardon me, and Killmonger is in the raid store. Very easy team to get. A team that you're not going to find a better team that is as good as raiding as this team, while also being as accessible as this team, and that's why this team is the number 1 raid team for beginners. Just that accessibility paired with how good they are at raiding. They're amazing war defense. They're one of the best Cosmic Crucible defenses. They do okay in arena. They're gonna destroy almost everything they fight in Blitz. Just an amazing team. I take back what I said about the arena. They kind of suck in arena, but everything else, they do everything else in this game very well. You're going to need them for the campaign, for the Doom campaign. You can use them. Well, no, you can't. Killmonger's a villain, right? Killmonger is a villain. That's unfortunate. Is M'Baku a villain too? No, M'Baku's a global. So you can use 4 of them for your global hero nodes, and then, throw in somebody else. I don't know. Throw in a Secret Avenger if you got one. But that's what this team's just so good. They're good at a lot of things, and definitely worth building up. Shuri's going in DD5 with us, as we mentioned in the DD2 prep in the last episode. I don't think I talked about how she's coming to DD5 with us, but I thought I did mention that, like, everyone I'm bringing to DD2, I kind of plan on bringing to DD5 at some point. So Shuri's also going to be coming into DD5 with us. Shuri's going to be part of that tech team for those tech nodes in Doom. You get so much out of working on this team, and they're so accessible. They're so easy to get. I think it's a no-brainer to make this the best beginner raid team, in my opinion. But hey, let me know what you guys think down below. But of course, we can't move on without talking about an honorable mention, one of my favorite teams in the game. They are so good, but they are very, very hard to get, and that's the Infinity Watch. Now, Phyla-Vell, Gamora, and Nebula are very easy to get, and that's why I recommend you get them early and you build them up early, because they're very strong, and they're part of one of the best teams in the game. So, the Infinity Watch are amazing at raiding. They're amazing in arena. They're amazing in war offense. They're just amazing all around. You can bring on Warlock for your legendary nodes in Dark Dimension. You can use Gamora and Nebula for your cosmic nodes if you want, as kind of cheap options. Not super highly recommended, not who I'm going to bring, but you can if you want to. It's your game. But Moondragon is the hardest one to get. She's not farmable until Doom 2.9. So she's not farmable until you're like level 70, 75 at least, and you get into the Doom campaign, and you have to fight through the Doom campaign, which requires you to build up like You're going to have to build up 5 different teams to get to her. Then you can get to her, not an accessible team. Moondragon's hard to get. Adam Warlock's hard to get because you need Jubilee for him, who's already a hard legendary to get. So you need to get a hard legendary, and then you need to get X Factor, who's a hard team to get because all of them are locked behind Doom Campaign. And the ones who aren't locked behind, and, you know, Polaris isn't, but, you know, and I think Shatterstar's in the Raid store, but then Longshot's in the War store, and then you've got multiple men who's locked behind a Doom Campaign. So Adam Warlock's hard to get. Moondragon's pretty hard to get. Not a very good beginner team here, but they are so good once you do get them. Build them up. You're going to love them. They're super fun. They're great everywhere. Just an amazing, amazing team. So that goes, there's one of our honorable mentions. I think that's going to be our only honorable mention for this part. How long have we been recording? Do we have time to talk about challenges? We do. It's only been 15 minutes. Let's keep the ball rolling. Let's go into challenges and challenges. Hold on. Let me help this dude out. Let's run. What is this? Nexus 5-8. Let's run this. Let's see where he's having problems. The Nexus 5-8. What is this? What is this? Fend off the converted while extracting the data of the conversion engine. Let's see. I'm, of course, using my Asgardians here. Yeah, no, I want them there because, yeah, okay. That's fine. Okay, sorry, wanted to help them out real quick. But, so let's go on to the challenges and events. Biofuel, you're going to need a bio team. That's going to be your 5-star or your ISO 3 bio team. Probably just want to use whoever you're going to be using for your Doom campaign. So if you got some web warriors, put them in here. Who else is good bio? Is there anybody who's really good bio other than web warriors right now? Luke Cage's bio, he's okay, so, like, whatever you got for your heroes for hire who are bio. Who else do we got that's bio? You've got some Sinister 6 who are bio who you might be able to... You've got some Sinister 6 who can fit that bio. If you got some symbiotes, they can go there. Some Inhumans can go there. You know, Captain America and other Avengers can go there. Hulk, Captain America. You know, whatever you got for your bios can go here. Whatever bios you ISO 3. But again, this should probably be, you know, whatever you're bringing into your bio Doom nodes. So as many web warriors as you can. You know, and then, you know, replace that with the symbiotes. I think symbiotes synergize with web warriors pretty okay. This is Gold Rush. This is going to be City, I believe. Let's see. Pretty sure it's City. It is only City. Okay, so City, you can bring your heroes for hire, or again, you can bring those Web Warrior and Symbiote combos that you're using for that biofuel. Pardon me. You've got this. What is this? This is going to be only Brawlers and Supports. So Brawlers and Supports. Who am I using for this? Heimdall, Sanctuary, yeah, some Asgardian, Web Warriors, all the Web Warriors are Brawlers. You use Web Warriors for here too, honestly, so there you go, you got Web Warriors taking on 3 different nodes at once, fantastic. What's going next? This is, what is this? Cosmic, right? Cosmic, alright, cool, use your Asgardians. Easy enough, use your Asgardians or your Infinity Watch. Once you get your Infinity Watch there, gonna have no problems with that. What is this? This has got to be your controllers and protectors. This is kind of weird. I kind of used a lot of I used like Emma here on my main, but yeah, just using some Asgardians here with Cersei is probably gonna be a great bet. You know, you've got Mysterio, you've got a lot of options here. Yeah, just use these 4 Asgardians plus a fifth, which could be Cersei. It's probably who I would bring there. Probably who I am bringing there. I am bringing that team there. Here, what's the requirements for this? We've got only global. Yeah, use those secret Avengers that we were talking about for the global campaign on heroes. The hero campaign, only blasters. Blasters, blasters, blasters. Who we got for blasters? Silver Surfer's obviously going to be great here. Thor's going to be great here. You've got Doctor Strange Heartless. You've got, I don't know, a lot of great blasters in this game, huh? You've got Bishop you can work on. You've got Spider-Woman. She's good. Kestrel's good. Yeah, if you could get Kestrel, Icarus, and Silver Surfer and everything. Yeah, so you're sorry, trying to help out the good old Alliance. So we were talking about the blasters. Yeah, Icarus. If you have Icarus, Kestrel, Silver Surfer. This isn't blasters. Only global. Right, that's that Secret Adventures team. Catalyst of Change is only blasters, and that's going to be the Icarus, the Icarus, Silver Surfer, Kestrel. Oh, you might have a Killmonger built up. Bishop would be good. T'Challa would be good. Gambit would be good. Thor's obviously fine. Doctor Strange Heartless would probably be good. Then that about covers it for good options there. But of course, just use what you have and hope for the best. But once you get to that point, you know, using that best in slot will probably be where you can go. Mutagen, that's mutant. Probably gonna want to use your Axemen, if not your Marauders. Alchemy, that's gonna be your Mystic team for Mystic gear. Just use your Asgardians plus, you know, Cersei, Icarus, Silver Surfer. Plenty of options there for Mystics. A lot of good Mystics in the game, so you know, but I just keep using those Asgardians. Original expertise is gonna be your skill. Who do we have for skill? You got Skilletary, that would probably be fine. You've also got Shang-Chi, Gamora. You've got Proxima, Black Widow. You've got Shannon Carter, Colleen Wing, Maria Hill. Yeah, Maria Hill and Shannon Carter good together. Awesome. And American Sam. Alright, yeah, so you can use your Secret Avengers here. You can use Kestrel. And you can use, probably for the fifth, doesn't really matter. That team should carry you fine enough. But I guess throw in Shang-Chi. That will be a great 5-man team for this once you get here. What level do you need? Oh, you need ISO 3, and you need to be level 55. So we're getting this soon. And it's pretty soon. Not bad. Those are going to be some good teams to work on there. Okay, so is there something else after skill? Of course, there's just tech. So this is going to be our tech raid team. So who do we use for our tech raid? We're going to be using Doc Ock. You might throw Misty Knight in here. Don't know about that. It's kind of up in the air. But definitely Doc Ock and Shuri are going to do great here. Lady Deathstrike is going to be amazing. Doc Ock, Shuri, Lady Deathstrike, Kestrel once again. And T'Challa, maybe Kate Bishop, maybe Ghost. You've got a few options. Ravager Stitcher, he might be coming in DD5 with us. A lot of options, but definitely Shuri, Doc Ock, and Kestrel, and Lady Deathstrike, and then, you know, your fifth can be whoever you kind of want, because those 4 should carry that pretty easily. But that being said, let's move on to events. So here in events, you'll have some weekly events coming up, some monthly events, you have Block Party, which requires a city team. You're really going to use your Heroes for Hire for that Block Party event. Another reason why I recommend this Heroes for Hire so much, you'll have Payday, which requires a Merc team. Just use your mercenaries. You know, Taskmaster with a bunch of mercenary minions does fine. You can use Killmonger in there as well. Taskmaster, Killmonger are an amazing combo, plus a couple minions. It's great. That's actually one of my war defenses on my main is instead of using a full Wakandan team, I use Taskmaster, Killmonger, and Shuri mixed with Mercenary Lieutenant and Mercenary Riot Guard, and it's a pretty strong um, war defense team. So that's a so the Killmonger Taskmaster combo is pretty strong. So I definitely use them. You've got Nowhere Heist, which requires Doc Ock, Invisible Woman, and and Star Lord. So it requires 3 different legendaries. It also requires Rocket Raccoon and Kitty Pryde. That's going to be your Nowhere Heist team. Can't really change it. You'll have Back to Boot Camp, which is going to be your Skilletaries team. I don't know if they still do the Back to Boot Camp. I've been gone for a while. But that's going to get you some training nodes. You're going to use your Skilletary, which is the skill plus military. Punisher, Yelana, Red Guardian, um, Killmonger, and then I think it's a mercenary soldier or something. Sorry. Sorry. Had to talk to them a little bit. Where were we? Oh yeah, Back to Boot Camp. That's going to be your Skilletary team. Again, these event teams are pretty low priority. You want to get through the campaign first. You want to make sure you have your arena team first. You want to make sure you got some. You want to make sure you got these legendaries first. There's so many other things you need to prioritize before these event teams. But once you get there, once you start kind of hitting a wall and kind of wondering what to do next, these event teams are not bad teams to work on. Um, So, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and learned something from it. And I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you next time.